I've always felt like a ghost in a crowded room. My name is Leonardo, and from the moment I could speak, the words tangled in my throat. I was born with a speech disorder, and while my classmates laughed and called me useless, I found refuge in my thoughts. They didn't see me, but I saw everything. I wrote poetry in the margins of my notebooks, pouring my heart into verses that no one would ever hear. I built small inventions with scraps I found, dreaming of a world where my ideas could take flight. I was silent, but my mind was a symphony of creativity. There was one teacher, Mrs. Thompson, who saw beyond my silence. She believed in me when no one else did. She handed me a pen and said, "Your voice matters, Leonardo." With every word I wrote, I felt a little less invisible. I learned to express myself through the written word, crafting stories and poems that spoke the truths I couldn't say aloud. Years passed, and I became the quiet janitor at the very school where I once faced ridicule. I swept the halls, my heart heavy with memories, but my mind was always working. I designed a system, an emergency protocol, hidden in the shadows, a blueprint for safety that I hoped would never be needed. Then, one fateful day, tragedy struck. Chaos erupted in the hallways and panic filled the air. But I wasn't just a janitor. I was the architect of a plan that could save lives. I sprang into action, guiding students to safety, using the system I had created. In that moment, I wasn't the boy who struggled to speak. I was the man who had found his voice through action. I realized that sometimes the loudest voices are the ones that don't need to shout. I saved dozens that day, not with words, but with the power of my silent determination. I may have been called useless once, but I proved that every voice, spoken or unspoken, has the power to make a difference.